to his name, you know, we call him like Banana, aka Banana Split. This guy is consistently splitting the map, consistently splitting up the team, consistently making work, and is always on the back line, always on the opposite side. Even in all of these fights, you never know where he's coming from.
Yeah, and I feel like RRQ really needed that response against Rosa. Once they took down Rosa, the team comp kind of fell apart. They didn't have that poke. They didn't have that peel. They also lost vision at that point, and I think that's what Rosa was really giving to FLUXE. And you can kind of just see just bananas just everywhere. The Benedetta in the hands of Banana just makes you slip up and makes you lose focus on what's going down, and then RRQ just able to take advantage of that slip up.
Yeah, I mean, just did an overall amazing job. And just a good game from both teams, back and forth throughout it all. But in the end, RQ, I think where they really won was just in the overall macro and map control and making in their positioning on the map in general. FLUXE took the more simple approach of keeping their team grouped together at a time, kind of keeping everyone in the same positions, and RQ took advantage of that. Banana took advantage of that. And with having Rosa, who wants to get vision on the whole team, but normally always sending it at where the group is, as long as Banana was able to stay out of that Astral Echo, then they're all good. They always have someone who can get to the back line, and that's exactly how RQ was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I mean, we could really say that FLUXE just had complete control over the map, and that's just one utility that RRQ was able to utilize was just their mobility. And I think their mobility was the key victory here, and they utilized it to the
RQ HOSI Banana 6-0-4, 23% damage, nothing too major. I think the real takeaway on this was just his positioning on the map. Waiting, they don't care. All they need is one tank minion. They're gonna move on to the top inhibitor. Lord, back up, Arad here, but wait a second, a lot of damage on several members. Alien getting chipped down, Arad almost able to save the day, but not today. FLUXE Esports still dominating. The Blazing Duet comes out to clear it up, and RQ pushed FLUXE, while FLUXE pushed back.
Oh, Flux, and you can kind of see while we dive into some of these highlights that they just had full control and harassment over the map of RRQ. They just kept them at bay. TNZ just everywhere. Not too many responses that RRQ could utilize here. Again, a spicy Fanny play, but again, FLUXE reading the situations, creating the moments that they needed to take down RRQ into game 2. And we can kind of see that Skylar, the damage, just look at it. A Blazing Duet into the back line of RRQ is not what you want, even in the front line. Sunshine just shining in FLUXE.
Yeah, you could really see the trend. And one of the things that FLUXE did so great in this game is, in the beginning, TNZ was kind of the big damage dealer. He was the huge threat. And then right around that last fight and this fight here, we'll see the transition happen of Sunshine becoming the monster. Sunshine becoming the threat right after 10 minutes, getting that Maniac. And from there, RRQ HOSI knew that there was a much bigger problem than just TNZ, a much bigger problem than just Rosa. Sunshine was the natural born killer here, and he was the downfall of RRQ in game number 2.
Definitely. And again, I mean, we did see Octa try to be the saving grace for RRQ, but the Lilia, Rosa picking it up is just too much for RRQ. And of course, we can see the MVP here. Sunshine, 606, 24% damage dealt. The absolute menace in the game that also secured a Maniac. Just a monster.
Take a look at these highlights though, G. Take us through them.
Yeah, I mean, just in the early stages, I mean, we're already at the 9-minute mark highlights, and the implosions were just coming out. Paired with Rosa. Rosa just was, man, that you just couldn't stop Rosa at this point, paired with Sunshine as well. You can kind of see the concealed plays. They were not allowing Banana to do what they did in the first match, and they've come to fight. We can kind of see FLUXE just sieging RQ left and right, taking lives as much as they could. The micro plays by FLUXE came out on top. RQ, they did clap back a little bit though. FLUXE, again, they just had towers and positioning that was key for them. And RQ just kept frontal facing and taking everything FLUXE had to the face. And I felt like that was a little bit of a rough play for him, and FLUXE just kept the pressure up.
And this was a moment that Skylar finally kind of came online here. This is when a little bit of fear came into the blood of FLUXE. Skylar was able to bide enough time and almost take control of this game again. But I think the real people we got to keep our eyes on here for FLUXE is Alien and Apex 47. Just did such a great job stopping all the dives from RQ, completely protecting Sunshine and Rosa, able to let them do what they needed to do. Anytime Brusco, anytime Banana, anytime anyone, anywhere tried to get to the back line, Apex and Alien were there to slow them down, to push them out of the way, to stall for just enough time. Members by the second. Immortality pass for Banana. FLUXE now finally on top of this game. Skylar's still up though. There's still damage to be reckoned with. Can he make the miracle play here? FLUXE looking to claim a victory here. They moved on to the base, and that is it. A new era for Turkey. A new team on top of the pendulum.
Yeah, and again, FLUXE, they're third place, but they are so happy. Like, this is an achievement, right? Like, you weren't able to get first, you weren't able to get second, but you were essentially the dark horse in the digital games of the future, and you've shown that you came here with the fire and the passion to take out top teams in the C region, in the international stage, and it is good to see Sunshine shining once again into the third. Match points here, 818, 21% damage. We have constantly said that the carry was a rough play.